What's up, guys, to another scary animation story. Today, you guys know how we do this. Every time one of us gets scared, we lose a Freddy Krueger. Let's go with Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Mooger?
Freddy
Booger?
Freddie Mercury.
Freddy what?
We got Freddy Curry. I said
Freddy
Curry.
Kerr. Freddy Curry, yeah, it's gonna bull a Curry.
We have 15 of him. Actually, 10 of them because we don't really get scared. I should just make it 5. We never get scared.
Never freeze.
I never freeze because we always want to push. We don't get scared. We get pressed.
We press people. I never freeze.
I never freeze. Play along. If you guys get scared, take a Krueger out of your head. Winner is the one with the most amount of
Take a
Krugers.
Freddy Krueger out of your head, so they gotta physically.
What do you want me to say? Take a Freddy Krueger out of your ass? Alright, let's start.
At least it'll make a little more sense.
Years ago when I was in the 5th grade,
You're that tall in the 5th grade?
Alright, they're not that tall.
my friends and I were walking home from school when we
Alright.
noticed some of the other kids laughing very loudly at something and running away.
Yeah, the gay.
We looked back.
Man in the skirt, they're just like, oh my god, a transvestite.
Who was walking behind
Yo,
us.
that shit's hot.
We didn't know why because we saw her every day when we were walking home.
I don't understand how a man in a skirt can be scary, dude.
Spoke with her. We never even.
It looks like he has more than a skirt.
We moved closer to see what was so funny, and we definitely noticed
He had heels?
we're making ruckus about it.
Jesus.
You had to get that close?
This was a man dressed in a mini skirt with high heels on. The other kids were throwing sticks and rocks at it, but he never responded. He just smiled while he was walking. A few days later, I just so happened to be watching the news and I saw the same guy's face on the news. My friend who lives around the corner was getting her mail when
karma.
she saw the man across the street watching her. He waved and he started skipping across the street.
Dude,
like a little
what?
girl.
What the?
I would
Run.
actually lose my shit. Like, I'd go to the house, I'd be like, oh, that guy's creeping me out.
She was one of the kids that threw rocks at him. She shut her door as he started running full speed toward her house while wearing a wig, miniskirt, heels, and a woman's tank top. He started banging on her door until she called the police. He was caught within minutes. Anything could have happened to us that day with this guy roaming our neighborhood. But luckily, nothing ever happened to any of the kids that I knew.
Alright, so like they just arrested a dude in a skirt. That's all I had to know.
Cross-dresser?
Fool, maybe he wanted to like know where she got her dress.
My name is Magda, and I'm 26 years old.
Sound hot.
I work in an office in the city. On the weekends, I used to love to get away from all the hustle and bustle and take a trip to the countryside.
Hustle,
Luckily,
bustle.
I have a cottage in a small village, which
Cottage
is
in a
located
forest.
right at the edge of the forest.
Yeah, that's
I used
great
to
for a
love
horse
to get out
story.
of the city and spend the weekend in my little cottage. Why did I stop? Well, I'll tell you. After a hard week at work, I needed to rest, so I decided to get out of town. I went home, packed my bags, threw them in the trunk, and drove off. When I arrived in the village, it was late in the evening and I was tired from a long drive. I went straight to bed and fell asleep quickly. In the middle of the night, I was awakened by the sound of my car alarm going off.
Okay, well, cars
I
go
looked
off
out
for
the
no
window,
reason.
but there was nobody in sight. I found my car keys, pressed the button to shut off the alarm, and the awful noise stopped. I laid back down.
Oh,
and tried to fall asleep.
yo.
All of a sudden, the alarm went off again. I
Damn.
didn't feel like getting up, so I just grabbed my keys and pressed the button once more. Everything was peaceful and quiet again. However,
Maybe you have a shitty
5
battery.
minutes later, the alarm went off a third time. Once or twice could have been an accident, but now I was wondering what was going on. Could someone be playing tricks on me?
Don't go outside, that's all I gotta say.
Go outside and press the issue.
Press the button to turn off the alarm. But this time, I didn't lay back down. I stood at the curtains and watched. After a few minutes, I saw something by the light of the moon. A shadow emerged from the bushes and slowly approached the car. I could just about make out the shape. It was something tall, skinny.
Slender Man!
The figure reached out with its long, thin arms and knocked on the car. The alarm went off again, and quick as a flash, the dark figure retreated back into the
I
bushes.
think she wants her to go outside and
I
check.
realized what was going on and began shaking with fear. I turned off the alarm and continued to watch. The thing emerged from the bushes again, slid silently over to the gates, threw a hand through them, and removed the partition holding the gates closed. I was paralyzed with fear.
Call the cops.
Press the issue. Go outside.
My mind was
Fight some
overcome
fools.
by panic thoughts.
Yo, imagine all
was it?
8 of us
What did
in
it
that
want from
cabin.
me?
It was good, dog. Everyone comes out. 7 fools. What's up then?
Sorry, friend. Yo, someone call me to press. I'll be over there in a minute.
I was so tense, I was gritting my teeth and clenching my hands into fists. I regained control of myself and ran down the stairs as fast as my legs could carry me to the ground floor. I wanted to look for something I could use to protect myself. However, just as I was about to switch on the lights, I suddenly froze in my tracks. The dark figure was at the window. It was pressed up against the glass, staring in, looking to see whether or not there was someone home. I immediately ducked down behind the sofa and peered out. That's when I realized what all those tricks with the car were for. It was trying to lure its victim outside. I couldn't take my eyes off its hideous face. Its skin was the color
What
of
the
ash. Its
Ooh, just
eyes were
press the dude.
small, beady, and completely black. Instead of it having a nose, there were 2 ragged holes. It didn't have any lips, just 2 rows of sharp, yellow teeth. When it breathed, it was so heavy and hoarse that it was misting up the window. I just knew it wasn't going to go away. After standing at the window for a few moments, I heard a rustling noise as it came to the front door. I watched as it tried to push its fingers through the gap under the door. The handle began to twitch wildly up and down. The creature emitted a chilling sound. It was not like a human voice. It was a deep, beastly growl, like an angry dog chewing on a bone.
The
I knew that if it heard me, it would keep trying until it found a way to
paranormal
get into
shit's
the
this?
house. I
Vampire,
crouched down,
get the garlic.
hiding in the shadows and desperately trying not to make a sound.
So, like, cops not existent?
Involuntarily streaming down my face. No matter how much I tried to stop them, I could feel
You know
my
what I would do?
pulse
I would get some
pounding
garlic
my
bread.
temples.
Ain't a vampire.
Like, what's good, dog? Want a snack?
I don't know how long I cowered there. I must have been passed out. When I woke up and looked out the window, the creature was gone. The door was still in place and everything seemed secure. I've never been so relieved in all my life. I ran upstairs and looked out the window. It was light outside, and there was no sign of
Told you it was a vampire. Fool, should go outside with some garlic
I
bread.
grabbed my keys, and without stopping to collect any of my things, I ran out to the car. I jumped in, locked the doors, and drove away from the village as fast as I could. I didn't stop driving until I got back to the city. When I got back to my apartment, I turned on the radio and heard a news report. The announcer said that, in the village, the dead bodies of 2 girls had been discovered. Their corpses had been mutilated and dumped in a swamp.
What the frick?
I don't want to, but I am curious to know. What would have happened if I didn't make the right decision of sprinting?
Lol.
Wait, sprinting?
Yeah, I don't know. Fool, just go
Oh,
outside with
like
some
going
garlic
out.
bread.
Imagine she went outside to check on her car. Never checking my car now.
Next time I go outside, I'm taking garlic bread with me.
All right,
I'm just
chill.
fucking eat some garlic bread. Vampire comes in like, yo, what's good, dog? Want a kiss? And kills itself.
What if he did want it?
What if he did want a kiss? Then I have to make out with that fool, because you know I don't cap.
Bet you'll like it. Wait, what?
We were all dressed as the Super Mario characters.
Bet.
I was Luigi since I was the second
Waluigi.
tallest. Ivan was Mario since he's short and buff.
Wait, what? Mario's fat and short.
I know, just short one. Wow, Luigi.
Freakishly tall and
Favorite.
skinny.
Dude, if Mario's
and Ryan
buff,
was
that's kinda
Wario
scary.
because he's just really fat.
What a dick. I want to be Mario, not.
Fat as-
We were trick-or-treating for hours, way past dark, and eventually came the time when most trick-or-treaters were heading home. My feet started to hurt, and I had to constantly switch arms for holding the now 10-pound pillow sack.
Yeah, I do the same.
Come on, dog. You gotta hit the gym.
A lot of the houses by now weren't answering anymore. It was probably past their cutoff time for giving candy to trick-or-treaters. Approaching our next house, we saw a purple bucket on the stoop, which was the best feeling ever. I was the one to get close enough to realize it was empty, which was the worst feeling ever. I turned around when I heard a knock at the window of the house.
What the?
We all looked at the window. Couldn't see anyone, but heard someone call out, "Wait." The door opened and an older man, late 40s, already balding, stepped outside.
Story about a pedophile.
Told us to come inside so he can get us some more candy. I said we could just wait out here. He responded saying something along the lines of, "Nonsense, come on in, we'll get you your candy." Ivan stepped in and said, "It's alright. Come on, Dan, let's go." I told the guy to take care and apologized. He just stood there watching as we walked off.
Dude, what the hell?
I felt bad, but at the same time, that guy seemed like a creeper. I figured I just dodged a bullet. If the story ended there, it wouldn't be scary.
Bet.
So of course, it didn't end there. We skipped a few of the guy's neighboring houses just to get further away and continued on with our business. We were walking down
What the f-
Alright, dog, what?
At this point, we were now walking back closer to Jesse's house. I noticed Ryan had stopped walking, and I turned around to see what's up. He said he heard someone moving from behind the trees in the preserve.
Dog, what? What is it, the vampire stories?
Nature preserve.
Besides, we were just telling Ryan that it must have been a raccoon or something.
Yo, yeah.
You may think this is a bit of a cliche, but when things like this happen in real life, you always assume the more logical possibility. It's just natural. Why would we assume we were being followed? I had to put my arm around Ryan's shoulder and nudge him forward.
That's hot.
Me and Ivan picked up on the sound as well. When we all stopped, the sounds of the footsteps from beyond the trees stopped as well. Ivan yelled at the obvious stalker to go away, or we would beat the shit out of them.
Bet.
Fools are
He is
hard.
buff.
Fools are hard.
The snap of a twig from beyond the trees triggered a fight-or-flight response in all of us. Me, Jesse, and Ryan all ran for it,
That fool hella hard.
but he quickly followed after realizing we had all taken off. We ran down the dark street, and we all know
Your friends are dicks. Just
Yeah.
ran.
footsteps crushing the twigs and leaves in the woods. We banked it hard right down Jesse Street when it finally came up and ran straight for his backyard, entering his house through the back door. The first thing we did was peek out through his living room window. We couldn't see anyone. We all had to gather our thoughts and discuss what the hell just went down in his living room when all of a sudden we heard Jesse's backyard gate slam shut. Jesse dove to turn off the lights. There was a click and a bang from down in the den. It was more than likely Jesse's back door. We all agreed to go down armed with knives to face them. Jesse turned on his back door light, but there was nobody out there. Just then the front door opened, and we all screamed like animals. Jesse's mom and sisters came rushing downstairs. They had just gotten home from their friend's little house party. We all rested assured knowing it was just them. Jesse explained what happened, but made it seem a lot less dramatic. Me and Ivan went home after that and called it a night. At 12:30 a.m., I got a disturbing text message. It was from Jesse. It said, "It wasn't my mom." I texted back saying, "What?" He responded back quickly, saying, "It wasn't my mom in the backyard." My fingers slammed the buttons on my phone. "What do you mean?" There was a long pause before he finally told me that his mom and sisters said they never went in the backyard. I told him to immediately check the backyard from his upper deck. He had already done just that. He also told his mom everything, and she had already called the police. They didn't find anyone back there, but Jesse did mention the guy who invited us in while trick-or-treating. Nothing ever became of that, and nothing ever happened at Jesse's house again after that one Halloween night.
Why was a random ass
Full snitch about the guy who wanted candy. Alright guys, so hopefully you guys did enjoy this.
Scary animation.
That second one though.
The second one just needs some garlic bread.
Full, vampire.
Fucking vampire!
Unexistent.
Just get a piece of garlic bread and be like, "You want to bite, dog?" And that fool's gonna run away. That's all you gotta do.
Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys didn't get scared or anything. Well, I kind of hope. If you guys get scared, let us know down in the comments which part got you the most. Alright? And would you have gone into that house of candy?
Yeah, I would have pressed the full.
Imagine they read the news in the next morning. Local kid got lifetime supply of candy.
Oh, I'm like, "Hey kid, you want some candy?" "Do I?" Local kid doesn't get any candy, just molested.
Alright guys, thank you guys for watching. You guys want to see more of these scary animations, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification down below, and we will see you guys again tomorrow. So like always,